For the introductory part of this evaluation, I will begin by saying that my products were made with the clear intention of them being the front cover and contents page of a college magazine, more specifically for my own college, Farnham Sixth Form. They were made for those who attend the college and are interested in the recent news and developments of the college as a whole, as well as some other informative articles and random bits of information relevant to the publication, all of these topics made clear through those broached on my cover lines. Moving on to look at the ways I have fulfilled the requirements of this task, I will tell you about the content featured in my texts. The student photograph I used on the front cover was a medium close-up shot, taken around the college grounds to emphasise the college-based focus and fulfil the set criteria properly. I also chose to alter my draft layout slightly and not include other images, as I felt they would make the cover too busy for a small college publication, and I would leave that for the more professional magazines to do. I also included a masthead that used the college colours and fonts to help with the overall branding and identity of my texts, as well as other relevant and interesting cover lines, and an original selling line, which is Achieving Academic Excellence with You. Another original cover line would be Secrets of the Student Union, What They Do for You. Both of the examples I've cited use direct address to talk straight to my audience, and that is one reason why I feel my cover is successful. I also created a mock-up of my contents page that also differed slightly to my original plans, as I included more features, such as the aforementioned selling line also being used on the contents page, and a number of other subheadings to help organise the text overall. When looking at these completed criteria, it is best to assess them against their success with my target audience. This was an audience that mainly consisted of both genders from the ages of 16 to 19, giving my publication the need to be gender neutral and appeal to the teenage market, as well as the slightly older members of staff that the publication may also attract around the college. These audience members will be from a variety of ethical backgrounds and with a vast amounts of varying intellectual interests. Therefore, I had to cater for each and every need of my audience members. My content would also appeal to my target audience because it covers a range of topics, as I mentioned before, that are both important and perceived as being entertaining by the people of their specification. My design would also appeal to them due to its mostly basic yet content-filled layout, as again it is not overly busy, making it easy on the eyes, as I felt the students would already have enough work without needing to use up a lot of effort looking at the front cover. That was mainly just for light reading and basic fun. Lastly, I want to talk about the technologies I used to complete my preliminary task. Before we started, I mostly knew how to use digital cameras and Photoshop due to my own experience of these, as I enjoy photography and have my own camera at home, and am currently also studying photography as an A-level. I used Photoshop to create my graphics coursework at GCSE level as well, so I already knew how to use most of the basic tools on those programs, such as the layers, the selection tool, and other key features. However, I had never used a Mac before, so I had to get to grips with the ways in which they worked and the similarities and differences they shared with computers, even down to the way their mouses and keyboards work. Most importantly, I've thoroughly developed my skills on these programs, regardless of when I was first introduced to them. These skills have developed through my dedication to producing work of a high standard and my wanting to ensure that my work was technically well produced. On Photoshop, I have learnt how to rescale the images I use and how to crop certain parts from the overall picture, as well as how to make the background of certain image sections turn transparent so that it can be worked with on a layer above your background image. I feel that I can take all of the skills I've developed forward with me for the production of my final piece, and I know that I will use them to help me create the best pieces of coursework I can possibly produce.